Graduands, guests and colleagues, my name is Mary Howarth and I am delighted to welcome you all to graduation. I have a few announcements to make before we begin so that you can relax and enjoy the ceremony. Graduands, an easy job to start with. Please check that your seat numbers match the number on your ticket because you'll be called to the stage in this order. If you discover that these do not match, our team of stewards can help you locate the correct seat. At the appropriate time, you'll be invited by the stewards to stand and to make your way to the foot of the stairs, ready to head up the stairs and across the stage. All very straightforward. There are two key things which make for a seamless ceremony. Firstly, as soon as the person ahead of you begins to cross the stage, please make sure you make your way up the stairs. Please don't wait until they've passed across the stage before you reach the top of the stairs. Secondly, don't let excitement and pride overwhelm you so much that you forget to pick up your degree parchment after you've crossed the stage. If you do, don't worry, you have still graduated. But don't try to go back because you will collide with someone coming the other way. Instead, please visit the Graduation Information Desk in the Exhibition Centre, where you collected your gown and tickets, 30 minutes after the ceremony to collect your parchment. At the end of the ceremony, graduates are asked to process out of the hall directed by the stewards. Family and friends, the stewards will show you to the exits once the graduates have left the hall. If the fire alarm should sound at any point, please remain in your seats, instructions will be given, and we'll escort you to the nearest exit. As graduates, you will join an international community of over 123,000 York alumni in 183 countries. The York Alumni Association organises many events, networks and services designed to help you make connections with other alumni across the world and boost your career prospects. Please visit the Alumni Association stand and photo booth in the Exhibition Centre, where you can pick up your graduation gift to welcome you into the York Global Alumni Association. As you get your first job or take up further study or training, please remember to keep us in touch with what you're doing. Understanding the career paths that you take will help us provide the right support for current students and make sure we offer graduates like you relevant support and opportunities. Finally, please turn your mobile phones to silent, and will you all now please stand?
I declare this congregation open for the conferment of awards upon all graduands. Please be seated. and welcome to the University of York. My name's Charlie Jeffery. I'm the Vice-Chancellor of the university. Graduation ceremonies are such special occasions. They're both a celebration of our graduates' achievements, and they're also a moment of transition, with all the excitement and anticipation that comes with our graduates moving on into the next phase of their lives. So we're delighted that friends and family of our graduates can be with us to witness this ceremony and join in this celebration today. Some of you are local to York, others have come from around the UK, others still have travelled to us from many different countries around the world. You're all very welcome. We know also that some who are special to our graduands are unable to be present today. We hope that many of them will be able to celebrate at distance via the webcast of this ceremony. We will now commence the ceremony with a special award.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my great pleasure to present to you Mr. Ian Ewart, who will accept our invitation into the University's College of Benefactors on behalf of York Against Cancer. York Against Cancer was founded in 1987 by 3 cancer specialists with the aim of improving the lives of those living with cancer in York. The charity is funded by donations which are used to fund cancer research, treatment, education and support services across North and East Yorkshire. Over the last 30 years, they have raised more than £15 million to help local people in the fight against cancer. York Against Cancer works with the local York community, assisting medical and educational providers with practical help and support to anyone who has or has been affected by cancer. This charity helps the local community in a variety of ways, partnering with hospitals across Yorkshire, primary schools and the University of York to really make a difference in the lives of local people. York Against Cancer funded its first research project at the University of York in 1988, a mere year after the charity was established. 4 years after this, together, we established the Jack Birch Unit in the Department of Biology at the University, named for the charity's first chairman. With the support of York Against Cancer and its donors, the unit conducts nationally and internationally acclaimed cancer research. Since inception of the Jack Birch Unit, York Against Cancer has supported research posts, PhD studentships, and the purchase of specialist research equipment. Since 1999, the research work of the unit has been published in scientific papers and has been presented at scientific meetings across the world. In addition, numerous clinical research fellows who studied at the Jack Birch Unit have gone on to become hospital consultants in the NHS. Thanks to the York Against Cancer support, our scientists are able to work at the very forefront of research. The transformative work York Against Cancer has enabled at the Jack Birch Unit has included research into bladder, prostate, gastric and colon cancers. Current research at the unit is mainly focused on bladder cancer, the 10th most common cancer in the UK, and Yorkshire itself has a high incidence of bladder cancer that is probably linked to its industrial heritage. Last year, York Against Cancer pledged to fund the Jack Birch Unit for a further 5 years with a £1 million commitment to fund staff, research and laboratory costs. Along with every patient and family who has benefited from the support of York Against Cancer, the University expresses its gratitude and appreciation for over 30 years of generosity and partnership to you and your many donors. We look further forward to our future working together. Vice-Chancellor, I present to you Ian Ewart, Chairman of York Against Cancer, and ask that you formally induct the charity into the University of York's College of Benefactors.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, for research in circadian rhythms in Caenorhabditis elegans, Jack Munns. For research in the genetics of boron concentrations in oilseed rape, Helen Reardon. For research in mining salt marsh sediment microbes for Cazymes, Juliana Sanchez Alponte. For research in structural biology of bacterial surface proteins, Lotte van Beek. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanistic Biology, for research into the role of CIS1 in maintenance of epigenetic state, Emma Rachel Stewart. For the degree of Master of Science by Research in Biology, Laura Colville. For the degree of Master of Science in Biodiversity, Ecology and Ecosystems, Magdalene Alexiadou. Eleanor Clark. Isis Cohen-Nicholson. Lucy Cross. Ya Guo. Jared Johnson. Katie Pearson. For the degree of Master of Science in Industrial Biotechnology, Carl Herman. Harry Ross. And Thespina Sifuna. For the degree of Master of Science in Molecular Medicine, Ahmed Alati. Huiwen Liu. Phoebe O'Hara. Raphael Slip. Emila Su. Kylie Dunlop. Mario Torre. And Catherine Unthank. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Biology, Irma Cox. Rachel Honeyman. And Esme Walters.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, for research in enzymatic synthesis of pseudodynamic acid glycans, Emily Flack. For research in structure and dynamics by experiment and theory, Conor Rankin. For research in using new materials to improve seed growth, James Shannon. For research in making a low-cost multi-parameter sensor instrument, Katie Smith. And for the degree of Master of Science in Green Chemistry and Sustainable Industrial Technology, Abouaka Abdul Masawiya. Ahmed Al-Jamil. Ahmed Balkhair. Lorenza Carter. Christopher Goodwin. Millicent Harwood. Dong Hun Hyun. Daniela Islas Gonzalez. Andrew Jones. Heather Langley. Natasha Marcis. Chingwei Meng. Jacob Mortlock Williams. Povilas Nalivakaka. Benjamin Reeder. Emma Wallington Lee. Ekun Wan. Celia Zhang. And Frederick Zitzman. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Chemistry, Caris Warnock. And for the degree of Bachelor of Science, Rachel Spooner.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Electronic Engineering, for research in Engineering Ethics, a multi-phase approach, Manal Atash. For research in Organic Field Effect Transistor for biosensing applications, Ahmed Ben Kayal. For research in audio source separation in polyphonic recordings, Alexandro Delgado Castro. For research in towards underwater communications network, Weil Gorma. For research in employability and personal development planning, Feiyu Ji. For research in immune-inspired fault diagnosis for swarm robots, James O'Keefe. For research in hardware implementation in epigenic networks, Andrew Walter. For research in optimizations for physical layer security, Miao Zhong. For the degree of Master of Science in Audio and Music Technology, Adria Martinez Casola. John Gare. Maximilian Gutt. Crispin Halcrow. Benjamin Lee. Bernadas Pekotas. George Sarantinos. For the degree of Master of Science in Communications Engineering, Daoyan Lua. Raoul Matthew. Jimbo Zhao. For the degree of Master of Science in Digital Systems Engineering, Li Wenjia. Taizhong Sai. Zhao Jie Yu. Hong Yu Zhou. For the degree of Master of Science in Electronics, Yu Ma. For the degree of Master of Science in Embedded Wireless Systems, Saranya Chitra Surandra. Shuoyang Zhong. For the degree of Master of Science in Engineering Management, Chi Chen. Su Chen Chen. Thomas Dixon. Zilin Fan. Pongu Fu. Yusing Gao. Sui Sui Gu. Gu Yu. Haihan Hu. Yaxia Hu. Xian Huang. Weishen Hua. Mohammed Ibra. Boshu Zin. Aymar Khalid. Jakshi Lee. Weifan Liang. Yiming Liu. Omkar Ramjakar. Yidong Miao. Ronli Miao. Yu Ha Pong. Alexandra Perez Ibrixu. Yu Chin. Jin Tang. Ming Chi Tang. Ha Wong. Lan Wong. Li Dan Wong. Lin Wong. Xiao Fan Wong. Man Man Shu. Yu Xia Shu. Yusi Yang. Haoda Yu. Yang Yu. Chang Chao Zhou. Yi Fan Zhong. Da Zhao. Yu Wei Zhao. Hangjie Zhang. He Zhou. Fan Zhu. Xu Yao Zhuang. For the degree of Master of Science in Intelligent Robotics, Jialin Lin. Si Lu Wang. For the degree of Master of Engineering and Electronics with a year in Industry, Amrik Satara. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering and Electronic Engineering, Govinda Lally. Vanessa Mwanga. Ryan Pickering. Oliver Tutt. For the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Computer Engineering, Oliver Harrison. And for the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics, Jacob Marin.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ensemble Anonimi will perform Smile with lyrics by Turner and Parsons and music by Charlie Chaplin, followed by I Lived by One Republic.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness and hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, smile, though it's breaking. There are clouds in the sky, you'll get by if you smile through your fear and sorrow. Smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you.
Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile, smile, you just smile. Oh, you just smile. Hope when you take that jump, you don't feel the fall. Hope when the water rises, you build a wall. Hope when the crowd screams out, they're screaming your name. Hope if everybody runs, you choose to stay. I hope that you fall in love and it hurts so bad. The only way you can know, you give it all you have. But I hope that you don't suffer, but take the pain. I hope when the morning comes, you'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. till my moment comes, I'll say, I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived. I did it all. I did it all. I owned every second that this world could give. I saw so many places, the things that I did. Yeah, with every broken bone, I swear I lived.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Linguistics for research in the aspectual use of deictic verbs in Mandarin, Wei Min Wu. For research in syntax of answers to yes-no questions in Mandarin, Hongyang Zhao. For the degree of Master of Arts in Psycholinguistics, Marina Gibson. Hannah Jenkins. Jade Wasenich. For the degree of Master of Arts in Sociolinguistics, Julia Kuchma. Jennifer Ansel. Fiona Bird. Leah Bradshaw. Sian Dunn. Lauren Harrington. Bethany Lavery. Alice Paver. And those were candidates for the degree of Master of Science in Forensic Speech Science. For the degree of Bachelor of Arts in French and Linguistics, Lucy Scott.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor in Science, for the selected works on structural dynamics, Professor Keith Warden. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Physics, for research and exploration of approaches to shockwave simulation, Jacob Wilkins. For the degree of Master of Science by Research in Physics, Lawrence Bradley. For the degree of Master of Science in Fusion Energy, Samuel Coverley. Jack Edmondson. Jack Goodman. Damien Harley. George Lord. Chris Marsden. Daniel Martyrs. Kimberly Murray. Neil O'Kane. John Pontin. Charlotte Rogerson. Callum Shanks. For the degree of Master of Physics in Physics with Philosophy, Adam Taylor. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics, Matusz Gruszewska. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Physics with Astrophysics, Julka Fezulaku.
Vice-Chancellor, I have the honour to present the following candidates. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Cognitive Neuroscience and Neuroimaging, for research in the neural correlates of ongoing experience, Theodoros Karapanayotidis. For research on the status of primary visual cortex in achromatopsia, Barbara Maltz. For research in gist processing, visual attention and perception, Lucy Spencer. For research in feature-specific visual attention and connectivity, Kirsty Wales-Newson. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, for research in neural correlates of social information processing, Stephanie Wake. For research in developing intercultural competence at UK universities, Xiaoming Wang. For the degree of Master of Research in Psychology, Hannah Gothridge. Craig Lamming. Charlotte Weldon. For the degree of Master of Science in Applied Forensic Psychology, Hiba Aburawi. Bethany Beadle. Ailish Carroll. CJ Kavanagh. Jessica Craron. Holly Cunliffe. Lola Dixon. Rebecca Duckworth. Susan Felton. Kellyanne Hodder. Lily Hudson. Kate Johnston. Charlotte Jones. Iona Kay. Sarah Kelleher. Petronella Linmans. Charlotte Mayo. Lisa McVeigh. Christy Metcalf. Carla Modern. Maria Shah. Abby Skinner. Nicole Thordarson. Xiaoying Xiao. For the degree of Master of Science in Cognitive Neuroscience, Elia Mapp. Rebecca Anderson. Gabrielle Appleby. Remeni Brooks. Sophie Here. Oliver Hughes. Brandon Ingram. Theo Jones. Dristi Mananda. Isabel O'Halloran. Rossi Redgrave. Daniel Rogers. Chloe Rudge. Jintara Sendra Vechuta. Chloe Sibley. Marley Swart. Sharon Thind. Sam Watson. Johannes Vibro. For the degree of Master of Science in Development Disorders and Clinical Practice, Habiba Afsar. Bethany Craig. Sophie Dinsdale. Francesca Fiora. Rebecca Garforth. Lily Ghazali. Georgina Griffin. Jessica Judd. Danielle Carlin. Caitlin Kemp. Emily Kerry. Alex Lace. Sam Lindsay Smith. Sophie McHale. Ariadne McHale. Alexandra Muller. Stephen Nocton. Brianna Ralston. Chloe Smith. Emma Stanley. Chian Su. Katrina Sundar. Lucy Sutton. Colin Thoma Ruiz. For the degree of Master of Science in Developmental Cognitive Neuroscience, Kieran Deep Baines. Catherine Heather Fitzackerley. Aisling Kenny. Jessica Shaw. Jessica Vergeer. For the degree of Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Caitlin Elledge. Katie Price. Polly Ratcliffe. Jessica Smith. Jacob Yanni.
It is my enormous pleasure to introduce Mario Torre, our student orator who will speak on behalf of the class of 2020. Our student orators have been invited to speak in recognition of their hard work on behalf of the student community and commitment to their studies. Our speakers have pursued both the most enriching experience they could during their time at York, as well as giving back to their community. On behalf of the class of 2020, I give you Mario Torre.
Vice-Chancellor, President, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor to be here today. Let me first congratulate with Class 2020 for this big achievement. We made it. And I hope to speak on behalf of all of you and say that being a student at University of York has been a great privilege. The high quality of the classes provided us with powerful tools, both cultural and professional. Never before, as in the next future, social inclusion and exclusion will be played out on access to information, to specialized competencies, and on the ability of a critical approach. And as we stand here today, we definitely know more than before. But from my perspective, the real privilege is beyond this, in all the side opportunities we had during our degrees. 30 years ago, the Berlin Wall was knocked down. But despite this, we still have walls. Walls that make the world smaller and poorer. There are countless non-physical boundaries, walls made of prejudice and fears, of discrimination and indifference, of social inequalities. Studying and living in a multicultural environment like this forces us to meet, to engage, to befriend, with people whose ideas, languages, and values are very different from our own. Here in York, more than 50% of the students are international. So this university, this academic environment, passively creates strong antibodies against racism, against intolerance, and provides an inclusive and open model for our society. I was really impressed by how this model works to 360 degrees, letting everybody be included. Let me tell you a nice story. Nicola, my little brother, and I, we have this kind of tradition to go on holiday together, at least once every year. He normally decides where to go. And last summer, I invited him to visit me for some days, let's say 5 or 6. It was a busy period. I was writing my dissertation, and of course, I was in a rush. Well, he remained here for 3 weeks. He attended an English course, he lived on campus, and in the meanwhile, I was working in the lab, taking care to the zebrafish and writing my thesis. Nicola is in a wheelchair, so it was hard. Only the two of us, no parents around. It was his first time. But I'd never seen him so happy. And that was possible because of the nice people and friends we met here in York, for sure. But also because the university, and let me thank here Andrew Kerrigan and the university team once again. It was possible because the university created all the conditions to integrate him, to ensure wheelchair access, to personalize his support, finally, to make him feel equal. And that's the university motto, in limine sapientiae, to take everybody on the threshold of wisdom. For all of this, we should be thankful. Thankful to our families and friends for the unconditional support. Thankful to our professors and tutors for the guidance and the stimulus. Personally, I'm grateful to the Unausi Foundation more than anyone else for my full scholarship, but mostly for pushing me to take this intercalation year, which is really uncommon in a medical doctor career in Italy. So we have to celebrate today, because this is a major achievement, a life-changing one, and we have to celebrate it. But still, it is just another step, just an opportunity. We have to keep working hard. We have to catch up on the last updates and share our competencies to improve our society. And please, we have always been told youngs are the future. But we are not the future, class 2020. We are the present, and we have the responsibility to make it greater. Thank you so much, and congratulations again.
Vice-Chancellor and President, it's with great pleasure that I present Professor Paul Hardaker to you as an honorary graduate. Paul is currently Chief Executive of the Institute of Physics, the UK's professional and learned society for the subject. Amongst many, many other roles, he's Chair of the Board of Trustees for Sense About Science, a charity that campaigns for better reporting of science in the media, as well as being a visiting professor at the University of Reading alongside other academic titles. Those are all important and significant roles, but of themselves they don't quite capture the additional impact that Paul's personal influence and character has had on the community of fundamental science in atmospheric physics and across the broader community of physics. His impact on the way physicists do science in the UK with regard to equality and diversity, his contributions to enabling for the public a better understanding of the need for rational and informed debate about science and society, and his promotion of professional standards within the Institute of Physics. All of these have had a significant impact on the work of all professionals within our subject, and indeed beyond. This influence that Paul has had on the science community is rooted not only on his personal excellence in research, but also his experience of working across a broad range of sectors, academia, industry and government, both home and overseas. Awarded a PhD in maths, Paul's early research work focused on modelling and instrument studies in radio propagation within the atmosphere, with applications in the early development of mobile phone networks. In this work, he collaborated closely with organisations such as British Telecom, the European Space Agency, and working alongside UK national laboratories such as the Rutherford Appleton Laboratories. Paul subsequently joined the UK Met Office, where he worked in a variety of roles, especially on the science and impact of extreme weather events. As his career progressed, he rose to become the Met Office's chief advisor to government, providing support to the government in areas such as climate change policy, at a time before such matters were perhaps quite as clearly in the view of the public as they are now. Following his time at the Met Office, Paul served as Chief Executive of the Royal Meteorological Society, a role he held until moving to the Institute of Physics in 2012. Paul has had a transformative effect on the Institute of Physics, bringing an energy and vision to his role as Chief Executive that's had a significant impact on the UK physics community. As part of his Chief Executive role at the Institute, his work on equality and diversity has been notable, especially through his continuing and outstanding support for the Project Juno programme, a series of awards that recognise efforts towards developing an equitable working culture in which all students and staff at schools and universities can achieve their full potential. His time at the Institute has also seen the introduction of the Juno Excellence Award to recognise the very best initiatives to ensure equality and inclusion at all levels of the profession. Paul's personal commitment to such issues has been very clear, and he's always been steadfast in speaking out strongly in support of disadvantaged or underrepresented groups in our community. In leading the Institute, Paul has developed a new strategy, Unlocking the Future, that seeks to build the thriving, diverse physics community needed to address major challenges facing society. Climate change, the decarbonation of the economy, improvements to healthcare, and ensuring proper energy, water and food supplies across the globe. Finally, Paul has been incredibly effective in supporting regional IOP groups across the country and has been tireless in his efforts to promote the importance of physics in society, delivering public lectures and supporting events across the UK and overseas. In a period when fake news, whether in actual fact fake or not, dominates much of public debate on a range of issues, Paul is passionate about the importance of evidence-based, balanced expert opinion. His work with Sense About Science organisation and subsequently Sense About Science USA has had a significant impact in empowering the public and the media by providing support to challenge the misrepresentation of scientific data in public life. This work has, of course, been of increasing relevance in the context of public debate on the impact of climate change, and Paul's contributions over many years in this area have always been considered and very well respected. Vice-Chancellor and President, for his internationally leading academic contributions to climate science and policy, his hugely impressive leadership at the Institute of Physics, and for his commitment to equality and diversity in the sciences, I present Paul Hardaker for the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Through the power vested in me by the University of York, I have great pleasure in conferring upon you the degree of Doctor of the University, honoris causa.
Vice-Chancellor, distinguished colleagues, it's a wonderful honour that you're bestowing on me today. Thank you very much. It's particularly special because it comes from a university and a physics department that I have a very long and enduring admiration for. So it really does mean something special to me. And to all you graduates, as you are now, huge congratulations to all of you. It's a privilege for me to share your day of celebration with you. So thank you. I was very... Oh, by the way, I should say, Professor Gibson, thank you for your kind words. My whole life flashed before me when you... But it did remind me of what started me on this journey, like quite a few from my generation. It started with watching the moon landings and then learning about the Voyager missions into space. And I feel myself very fortunate that early on I found a passion in maths and in physics. later on in life, I found another very important passion, which was a very understanding and very considerate wife, Linwen. So, happy Welsh Valentine's Day, Linwen. I know many of you are here because you're following a passion. Some of you are here because you're trying to find that passion. My great hope for you is that you find that and you follow that and you can pursue that in the opportunities and the ways that I have had. When you leave here, as you will know, people will try and put you into a box or label you. But what will define all of you is those things that you are passionate about. So I wish you the best in following those. The university here is founded on some fundamental principles of inclusive education, as we heard from Mario. They're continuing that today. This is a great university, a gift of opportunity. There are many here that are helping you celebrate that today. So I think graduates, you should give them all a quick round of applause as well. So thank you, families, parents. I see many young people in interview panels and selection panels coming onto courses, and I speak to them. They've done great things, they've achieved a lot, but there's a fear of them really testing the boundaries of their capabilities. I really hope you will use the opportunity and the gift of the education you've had and try and press those boundaries. Find the boundaries of your capabilities and take that opportunity out for a spin. I wanted to close in the spirit of that by doing something that is rather difficult and challenging for me because I'm dyslexic and I've had to work with that over my career. So I'm going to do something, I'm going to read something in public to you, which I'm not, so bear with me. And this goes back to Voyager, actually, because the Voyager had a gold disc that it was placed on the side of Voyager that recorded things that we wanted people to find if they ever discovered it and life on other planets. One of the poems that was shortlisted to go on Voyager but didn't make it was a wonderful poem by Yeats, which I want to read to you. And it goes like this. I hope it goes like this. Had I the heavens embroidered cloths, enwrought with gold and silver light, the blue and the dim and the dark cloths of night, and the light and the half-light. This is for the astrophysicists amongst you. I would spread those cloths under your feet, but I, being poor, have only my dreams. I have spread my dreams under your feet. Tread softly, because you tread on my dreams. So I hope, graduates, you dream big and you dream often, and for the rest of us, I really hope we tread softly on your dreams. Congratulations again.
Members of Council, graduates, guests and colleagues, this speech will conclude the graduation ceremony. Graduation ceremonies are perhaps the most special part of my job. They mark the creativity, the energy, the passion, as we heard from Mario, and the sheer hard work that you, our graduates, have put into your studies. I've just had the privilege of being the first person to congratulate each graduand as they became a graduate. And I can now be the first person too to tell you how proud the university is of you. And I'm sure your supporters, family and friends agree. So I ask them, along with my colleagues, to applaud the hard work and achievement of you, our new graduates, including our remarkable honorary graduate, Professor Paul Hardaker. The University of York is a special university. It's not very old, but it's already regarded as one of the UK's best and has an outstanding reputation worldwide. All the measures we routinely use on quality of teaching, excellence of research, prospects of graduates, economic impact, they all confirm that strength, that reputation, that quality. But there's more to it than that. That quality is underpinned by powerful values. Our founders set up the university for public good. Our students were not just to be technically proficient in their fields, but also to be able to apply their learning for social benefit. And not just here in the UK, but also, and this was the language they used at that time, back in the early 1960s, as citizens of the world. And we were to care, I quote, more than almost anything else about opening up access to our university to those who had previously not had the opportunity. And our research was intended not just to open up new knowledge, but also to apply that knowledge with and through its students for, I quote again, the amelioration of human life and conditions, or in other words, for public good. And our partnership with fantastic organisations like York Against Cancer is another example of how our research contributes to that public good. What do those values mean for you, our graduates? Well, they bring to mind a conversation I had a while ago with a group of leading figures from across the public and private sectors. The conversation was about what qualities they felt our graduates should have in an era of rapid technological change. The consensus was that while technical skills to work with new technologies were important, they were, in the end, temporary because technology will move on, and therefore secondary. What was more important was the ability to adapt, to apply critical thinking to new challenges, to collaborate, to be comfortable in different settings, public or private sector, to be comfortable in different places, different cultures. What we want from your graduates, one of them summed up, is wisdom. Wisdom, the ability to think and act using knowledge, experience, understanding, insight. You, some of the graduates we were imagining in that conversation, do not graduate only with proficiency in your subjects. You graduate also with the building blocks of that wisdom. You are, as the motto in Latin at the foot of the university crest suggests, at the threshold of wisdom. You graduate from a university which brings together students from a wide array of academic disciplines, all with an eye on the public good that their knowledge contributes to. As a result, you will, as you engaged with your fellow students, have encountered different ways of understanding the world around us and what you can do to help it flourish in future. And you will have got to know fellow students from all over that world. Our students hail from over 140 countries. The university forms a genuinely global community. It's a meeting place for students, local and international, to exchange the ideas, experiences and values they bring with them from different parts of the world. Through that exchange, you, our graduates, are, as the Archbishop of York put it at the inauguration of the university in 1963, citizens not only of York, not only of England or Great Britain, not only of Europe, but the world. And that exchange between students from different backgrounds, different places, happens both within the classroom and beyond it. We're fortunate through our students' unions to have the richest variety of student societies and activities of any university in the UK. We cater for pretty much any shared interest you could imagine. And many of those shared interests look outward to address challenges our society faces. Whether through community volunteering in and around York, campaigning on the crucial issues of our time, like climate change, or building international understanding. The breadth of perspective that comes from being part of such a multidisciplinary, global, and socially committed community is an asset that you, our graduates, will take with you as you develop your careers, and it will also be an asset for the organisations you go on to work for. That breadth of perspective nurtures wisdom, and that in turn becomes your platform for public good. Of course, our academics, represented by those you see up here and the others in the hall, have something to do with that wisdom. They work to discover the knowledge that helps us understand better the challenges that face us all, around the environment, public health, inequality, our cultural heritage, ageing, creativity, artificial intelligence, genetics, energy, human rights, and much, much more. They devise and deliver courses in all sorts of innovative ways on the basis of world-leading expertise. Expertise. There are some who have said, we have had enough of experts. Well, we haven't. Our academics believe in the search for truth, the principled use of evidence, and the importance of sharing their knowledge and their expertise for general benefit, for public good. And I laud the passion with which they share that expertise with our students, the inspiration they give, but also the inspiration they in turn get from their students, including you who have graduated today. I laud also the contribution of other staff at the university for what they do in ensuring things run smoothly. Whether it's organising the library, looking after university finances, managing our careers service, cleaning student bedrooms, or keeping our many, many geese more or less under control. So let me call on you, our graduates, to join me in applauding our outstanding staff and all that they've done to support you through your time here. I'd like to say something now about the family and friends supporting you in this hall today. I suspect they may have helped you from time to time during your period here at the university, providing advice, companionship, the occasional shoulder to cry on, laundry services perhaps, and no doubt a little bit of money here and there. Now, graduates, in light of all of that, would you please stand and turn to your family and friends in this hall and applaud them for their support. Thank you for that. I wish all our graduates success and happiness for the future. Please do keep in touch. As you crossed the platform earlier, you became members of the York Alumni Association. Through that association, you can stay in touch, share experience and insight, help and support one another, and of course, keep in touch with what's happening here at the university. One thing you'll hear about is York Unlimited, the campaign for the University of York. Some of you will have played a role this year in helping to shape and launch that campaign, raising the profile of and helping to support the issues we all care about, including widening access to university and building new knowledge about vital issues like mental health and well-being and environmental sustainability. And many of you have inspired, supported and helped raise significant funding for all these areas. Thank you, and do continue to help us further. We do look forward to hearing from you as you move into the next phase of your lives. We look forward to hearing about the ways in which you use the skills you've developed through your degrees, but also the wisdom you've built through your wider experience here at York. We look forward to hearing about how you use that wisdom to build your own careers, but also make your contribution to our founding principle, the amelioration of human life and conditions. We look forward to hearing about your contribution to the public good that's a special feature of being part of our community at the University of York. Thank you. I declare this congregation closed. Please rise.